Hey there, everybody. Happy Monday to you. It is December 1st, just after 5 p.m. I'm King 5 Meteorologist Leah Pezzetti, and I wanted to take a moment to talk about the forecast, the rain and mountain snow that's moving in tonight. We'll also take a little bit of a walk down memory lane, put some context into how our rainfall is doing so far for the year as we near the end of the calendar year, and also talk about our snowpack. I know that's the number one question I've been getting these days is, how's our snowpack doing? When will the ski resorts open? So we're going to talk about that in just a moment, but let's take you outside. Here are a few live looks around Western Washington as of Monday evening. Bellingham, Everett, Seattle, Tacoma, everybody's showing great conditions out there. And we do have some showers that are out and about. This is a loop of the last 3 hours, so you can see that into our afternoon and evening hours. We did have a band of showers that moved through, dropped a little bit of rain around the sound, and as of about 5:20, it is fizzling off, pushing off to the east, but a closer look at the remnants of that. Yes, it did bring a little bit of snow to places like Stevens and Snoqualmie. Snoqualmie Pass, though, is right around freezing, so you can actually see, though, those colors, that pink indicating kind of a wet snow mix. So not looking at a lot of stickage for some of these areas, and it is unfortunately pretty brief in nature, but we're not done yet with the rain chances. So this gets us into later on this evening, 11:30 p.m., and we'll still hold on to a good amount of rain north of King County. That's where we'll see some of our higher rainfall totals for a 24-hour span of this disturbance. Maybe up to a quarter of an inch of rain at best, but that's going to be the best we do. Down to the south, it's next to nothing. A couple areas could see trace to maybe a couple hundredths of an inch of rain, but we'll keep most of the rain north of King County. But we'll also continue to see a little bit of snow falling. This is 11:30 tonight, and that continues into our morning hours tomorrow. We'll see snow falling over the Cascades. Unfortunately, not the Olympics. We're looking at the Cascades with this. And this is 7 a.m. tomorrow. A couple light showers still stick around in Western Washington. We'll see some snow over Mount Rainier. And then into our daytime hours, we actually continue to see a couple flurries possible over the Cascades. Then by the time the afternoon rolls around, we'll see some clearing. This is showing 5:30 on Tuesday evening, so in about 24 hours. And we'll see not only clouds, but also some sun breaks mixed in as the sun is setting. But of course, sunset is in the 4 o'clock hour. As we take a look forward and look at snow totals, most of us will see 1 to 2 inches of snow at best. We could see some isolated higher totals for our North Cascades. Baker could see closer to 3 inches of snow. So it's good. It's a step in the right direction, but we need a lot more than that. So as we take a look at Snoqualmie Pass, you can see temperatures are going to stay above freezing. So it'll be a little bit harder for it to stick at Snoqualmie Pass, but we'll do what we can. We'll see what happens. Stevens Pass, it's a lot colder, so that is one of the areas that will likely see some accumulations in that 1 to 3 inch range into our overnight hours as temperatures stay in the upper 20s into tomorrow morning. Here's a look at Whatcom County, Bellingham. You're far enough north that you're hanging on to rain through the overnight hours. After midnight is when we'll start to taper off. Temperatures will not see a lot of fluctuation. Lows will be a lot warmer tomorrow morning compared to what we've seen the last couple of days. And heading farther south to Olympia, you are south enough that you don't have a chance for rain. Maybe a few stray showers, hit and miss, but overall, we're not looking at any big rain chances south of King County. For the Seattle metro area, though, even then, it's just a couple stray showers here and there, but same story with temperatures. We'll keep temperatures in the low 40s through the overnight hours. I do want to talk about temperatures because this is our almanac for Sunday. Sunday, SeaTac woke up to a low of 31 degrees. You see that in the bottom left corner. That is the coldest temperature we have observed since mid-February. February 14th, we did see a low of 31 degrees as well. So that's the last time we saw a temperature below freezing at the airport. And that's normal, right? It's normal to see 31 degrees in February. It's normal to see 31 degrees at end of November, early January. So not necessarily record breaking, but certainly a sign of the changing times. We just need some moisture with these cold temperatures to fall over the mountains and give us some good snow. This is what we woke up to on Monday morning. So Sunday morning, the lows were in the 20s and most areas were below freezing. Monday morning, we warmed things up a little bit, so many of us were above freezing or right around freezing. So it was still very cold, but a little bit warmer. And that trend continues into Tuesday morning. In fact, we will see lows in the upper 30s. I wouldn't be surprised if some areas don't even hit that 30-degree marker, and we stay in the low 40s. Temperatures for your Tuesday will be in the mid-40s. That graphic is not populating. Sorry about that. Now let's talk about snowpack. So this is the big question of the day. A lot of people have been asking me, how's the snowpack doing? These are ballpark figures that I've compiled from the University of Washington, and also what we're seeing from WashDOT, in addition to a lot of the resorts do some reporting. So this is kind of a combination of all of that. But you see that left-hand column is what we've seen so far, how our snowpack is doing now versus the 30-year average of what we typically would be seeing by this time in the year on December 1st. So what we're seeing here is we're below average. That's the big story. So Stevens Pass, yes, well, everybody has seen good snow. So like last week, we saw great snow, but what we're seeing is every time we get snow, it kind of melts away. So we're not seeing a lot of it actually sticking and staying around long enough to build a snowpack. Last week was a great start, and it stayed cold this weekend, so that helped mitigate a lot of that melting. But we are below average. We're looking at just a handful of inches for most of our mountains and resorts. So it's not a great situation. As we look forward, month of December, overall trending close to average for temperatures, and then actually a similar situation for precipitation, close to average. So average December, we typically do see rain and snow in the month of December. November is technically our wettest month of the year, but even if we hit average, that should help us chug along in the right direction for the snowpack. Let's take a look forward, because we do have some rain chances that are heading our way into the weekend. Wednesday night into Thursday morning, we have a weak disturbance that pushes in. That could bring a little bit of precipitation, but it's actually looking like a better chance for wetter weather is going to be Friday into the weekend. We have a couple disturbances that move in, and they look to bring much more significant rain totals. The unfortunate situation is that our snowfall totals our snow levels will be rising during this time frame. So we are going to see snow levels around the 5,000 to 6,000 foot range into the weekend. So will it be a mountain snowmaker? That is a different situation compared to rain. So we'll keep an eye on that. Speaking of rain, though, as we look forward into the month of December and our final month of the year, we can also look back. So November, if you remember, gosh, we sounded like a broken record. The whole month of November, or the first half of November, our weather team was very excited about the significant rain that we saw in the month. And so it was great, because we hadn't seen that really for a good chunk of the year. Unfortunately, the end of the month wasn't the same as the first part of the month. So we ended in an okay place. Bellingham ended above average for rain. So you can see that left-hand column is what we saw for the entire month of November. The middle column is what we typically would see for the entire month of November. And that right-hand column shows the difference compared to average. So Bellingham was above average, Olympia was above average, SeaTac was about half an inch below average. So in the grand scheme of things, I'll take it. I think that's a good place to be. It's better to be there than it is to be well below average, which is what we've been for most of the months of 2025. Speaking of 2025, for the first 11 months of the year, you can see same thing. Left-hand column shows you what we've seen in the first 11 months. Middle column shows you what we typically would see for that area. Right column shows that departure from normal. Even with an okay November, we're still not doing what we should be doing. We are below average. Bellingham is down 2 inches, more than 2 inches. SeaTac about 8 inches, Olympia about 11.5 inches compared to normal for this time of year. So as we head into the weekend and we see those rain chances moving on in, that is a welcome sign. We'll need the rain, but we also need the snow at this point. It's not going to do anything for us if we're just getting rain on our mountains. We need to build that snowpack. That's basically our reserve tank for the year. And when we have that snow that falls in the winter, that sets us up for success in our water supply into the spring and summer as well. So while we love the rain, we want the rain in the lowlands, we also want the snow in the mountains, especially this time of the year. We'll keep a close eye on that, but be sure to stay with the King 5 weather team as we fine-tune, get a little bit closer to this weekend event. That is looking promising. I know I've seen a lot of the resorts posting, talking about this weekend wet weather potential, saying that's what we're hoping this pans out. But what I'm seeing right now is it could be on the cusp of rain for our higher elevations if we don't see those snow levels dropping down at all. But of course, we'll keep you updated. The closer we get to a weather event, the better confidence we have and the better accuracy we have. So when we're in this kind of 5 to 7 day out period, It's a good indication of general trends, overall timing of days of the week that we think things could happen, but typically it's not until we're about 2 to 3 days out that we have high confidence in, yes, we do confidently believe this will happen. So with that, stay with the King 5 weather team as we continue to keep an eye on this wet weekend weather.